So I'll call you up again. Okay, Jason, I think we ready. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to the Village of Broadview and PLCCA Town Hall meeting as it relates to community assessment needs. I want to thank everyone that's here, that's in the audience, and I want to thank our listening viewers or those that's streaming on live on this important topic. So PLCCA and I, we go way back many, many years, but it's time for us to start the dialogue on how they can better assist our community in the Village of Broadview. They offer so many different services that I don't even think many of you are aware of. And so today it's just an educational component to get a need on what it is that how they can best suit us in the Village of Broadview. So I'm happy that to be partnered with Bishop Clyde Porter and Ms. Harrell in this efforts and these initiatives. And this won't be the last assessment need assessment analysis that's going to be done. There are going to be more coming out as we continue to move in thread in another direction. Just so you all know, we are currently embarking upon our environmental sustainability plan. And this is a conversation that I've mentioned to the board at PLCCA on what that may look like. And we're getting pretty close to rolling out some exciting initiatives as it relates to solar paneling, EV emissions, and clean energy and healthy homes. So stay tuned on those initiatives that's going to be coming out. On Thursday or Friday, a survey did get email blasts out to everyone. Please take the time out to complete the survey. That is only going to help us so that we know how to deliver the services that's best fit for the Village of Broadview and our residents. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Harrell. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much, Mayor Katrina Thompson, for allowing us to be here today, and thank you to the Village of Broadview. You are so important to what PLCCA does, what we stand for. We are here to help work in conjunction and partnership and collaboration with our community members. Our credo is that we provide a hand up and not a handout. Our mission is promoting community development while empowering people through education, training, and supportive services. So it's paramount, as Bishop Porter feels, for us to be here, as well as our chairman, Mr. David Quaz, of our board of directors, and our board members, and our PLCCA team that works every single day trying to just make a difference. But it's important for us to be here today to make sure that we are doing an efficient job of communicating what services that we do provide. They do change and ever evolve with funding coming in and funding going out. So it's important that we do let you know any new program that we have, and then the existing programs that we've had for years, what you'll hear about, like Head Start. So again, we're just very happy to be here today. Our president, Dr. Claude Porter, founder, president, CEO, you can see on the screen there. You see where it says My Shot campaign. He is one of the individuals that is pushing for us to become vaccinated. I know Mayor Thompson and the Village, this is so important initiative for Mayor Thompson, that we want to do our job to do the best that we can to keep each other safe. So if you're not vaccinated, we certainly encourage you to become vaccinated. You can also come to PLCCA at 411 West Madison any day of the week, starting at 8 a.m. and actually get a free COVID care test. It's a rapid test. You can go on and register and then just come out. You get the results within 10, 15 minutes. So that's something else that we partner with Free COVID Care to make sure that we're offering that to the community. They currently see about 80 to 100 people a day come to the corner of 5th and Madison to get their free rapid COVID test. So you're welcome to do so, and please spread the word to other Broadview community residents. This is our chairman of the board, so we want to put a face with a name, Mr. David Quaz. He has been with PLCCA for over 20 years now. And so he does everything that he can to make sure that they're governing us as a board to be on top of what we do every day to make sure that we cross our T's and dot our I's. We can't just take money from federal or state without having someone hold us accountable for that. The board holds us accountable, as well as the funders that come out and audit us on a regular basis to make sure that we're doing right by the dollars that we receive. But I want you to keep in mind, if we have programs and that we've gotten funding and no one comes out to seek out those services, what happens? That funding goes away. That's why it is imperative that we keep you educated on the programs that we have and that you help us to tell somebody else, tell a neighbor, Tell a family member, oh, this is what they have over at PLCCA. Maybe this will help you, or maybe this will help your son or your daughter or your grandmother or your grandfather. So help us to make sure that we keep these dollars in our community by using what they're meant for, by providing those services. Okay, at this time, I'm going to have the Executive Director, Kimberly Johnson, from Children and Family Services to come up and tell you about what we do under the Division of Children and Family Services. Come on up, Kimberly Johnson.
Thank you, Ms. Harrell. May I have the Children's Services Division please come up, please? Thank you. Again, thank you. My name is Kimberly Johnson. I'm the Executive Director of Children and Family Program Services for PLCCA. To my right, I have Latrina Richardson Johnson. She's our Deborah Ann Porter Child Care Coordinator. I have Ms. Guadalupe Franco. She's our Family Service Worker for our Head Start programs. I have Ms. Lisa Johnson. She is our coordinator, our family service coordinator for our Head Start programs. And I have Mr. Leroy Johnson. He is our parent and male engagement involvement for our programs here at PLCCA. So again, thank you. Thank you so much for having us here this evening. So I'd like to begin with the services that we provide in Head Start and Early Head Start. We provide school readiness for infants and toddlers and preschool age children from low-income families. The services offered, one second here. The services offered is a cultivates learning. I'm so sorry, you guys. I just realized I don't have my glasses, but okay, that's okay. Thank you, Ms. Terrell, always to the rescue. I appreciate that. There we go. The services offered in a cultivating learning environment that supports the mental, language, literacy, physical, social, and emotional development. The eligibility requirements are infant from birth to age 5 years old. We're located at 1100 to 1108 Madison Street in Maywood, Illinois. Early Head Start Child Care Partnership Program, which we call EHS-CCP. This program provides comprehensive enhancement for developmental services with strong relationship-based experience and preparation for the transition into Head Start and preschool. The service offered is a cultivating learning environment that supports their mental, language, literacy, physical, social, and emotional development. Eligibility, children from birth to age 3 from families who receive Illinois Action for Children. The locations are throughout the Proviso Lighting Township area. Preschool for All expansion. This program provides low-income families with high-quality educational programs and services for children who are determined to be at risk of academic failure. Services offered is a focus on providing high-quality educational programs for children who are determined to be at risk of academic failure. Eligibility, this program is for children aged 3 to 5 years old. It is also located at 1100 to 1108 West Madison Street in the beautiful Maywood, Illinois. The next program is our Deborah Ann Porter Child Care Center. It enhances the child care experience for low-income families to help revitalize the economy and create stable employment for low-income families. The services offers working parents equal access to child caring services that help their children prepare for school by cultivating a learning environment that supports their mental, language, literacy, physical, social, and emotional development. This eligibility is for children birth to age 12 years old, and it's located at the Deborah Ann Child Care Center, located 1100 through 1108 West Madison Street in Maywood, Illinois. So in your packets, you do have the information for all of our programs and services. And to our listening audience, we can be reached at area code 708-865-0608. Direct contact for Kimberly Johnson is 630-452-1620. Again, I'll repeat that, 630-452-1620. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Associate Director, Mr. Jesse Chavez for Youth and Family Services. Thank you all so much. 865, I'm so sorry, 708-865-0605. All numbers are, we are all accessible by all numbers, 708-865-0605. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Johnson, for the introduction, and thank you to everyone who is present here at this moment on site and also virtually. As Ms. Johnson mentioned, my name is Jesse Chavez, and I am the Associate Director of Youth and Family Services. Our goal within this division is to educate, train, and guide our youth because they are our future. So before I get into the programs and services that we provide, I do want to briefly introduce our team. So with me here, I have Marquisa Hughley, who is our Program Manager of Youth and Family Services, Cynthia Gomez, who is one of our activity leaders for Teen Reach, and Joseph Douglas, who is also another activity leader for our Teen Reach program. So now I will get into some of the services and programs that we provide. First and foremost, we have the Joseph P. Abrazino Golf Academy. So this is a program that we run during the summertime. We're currently looking at exploring the possibility of us running programming throughout the fall, spring, and winter time, because this is something that the kids truly enjoyed over the summertime. In order to be eligible for this program, you have to reside in one of the Proviso townships and be 8 to 17 years of age. And this program is run at Fresh Meadows Golf Course, which is located in Hillside. So next, I'll go into one of our after-school tutoring mentoring programs, which is ISB, which stands for Illinois State Board of Education. This is a program that is run in 3 middle schools. So we have Irving, Stevenson, and Lindop. And I would like to point out that Lindop is in the Broadview area. So just wanted to make a note of that. So we're looking to run successful programs here at Lindop, and with your help and your support, we definitely appreciate that. Next, we have the Teen Reach program. So the Teen Reach program is for 11 to 17-year-olds. We are in 7 schools. And again, Lindop is one of the 7 schools. We have other middle schools as well, Irving, Stevenson, and Roosevelt, which are located in other townships, as well as 3 high schools, Proviso East, Proviso West, and Proviso Math and Science Academy. At this moment, I'd like to take the time to have Marquisa briefly cover some of our core areas and highlight some of the activities that are run within our program. So I'll turn it over to her. Thank you all for your time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marquisa again. Some of the topics that we're going to focus on within both programs are mentorship, healthy and fitness workshops. We also going to be doing art workshops as well, so creating slime, volcanoes, these sorts of those things. We also going to be focused on STEM, which is science, technology, engineers, and math. And we also going to have a parent week where we want the parents to come to the workshop with the students so you all can develop your skills, which is including resume writing, how to eat healthy on a budget, things of those sorts. So we look forward to having you all. Thank you. And we would like to invite Employment and Training Service by Mr. Lockhart. Sorry. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bernard Lockhart. I'm the Associate Director of Employment and Training Services. This is my wonderful team here, Ms. Shavana Cross. She is the Program Manager and Case Manager for Opportunity Works. This is Mr. Josh Gollop. He is our Program Coordinator for the Illinois Youth Investment Program. And this is Ms. Corey Rocket. She is our Data Administrative Assistant for the Illinois Youth Investment Program. So I'll go ahead and jump right into it. Our Opportunity Works internship program is our internship to hire program It places young adults in subsidized internships, exposes them to valuable careers, expands their skill set, and connects them with training and resources they need to achieve long-term employment in growing industries. Those industries are transportation, distribution, logistics, warehousing, IT, healthcare, and hospitality. It offers a one-week foundational skills training program where we focus on job readiness topics that include resume writing, conflict resolution, professional communications, and overall life skills. We also offer supportive services, including transportation, uniforms, even childcare. And at the end of the foundational skills training, they actually get placed in an internship for 6 weeks. The eligibility requirements, they must be out of school or unemployed youth ages 16 to 24 in Cook County, particularly in the Proviso, Lighton Township communities, and it's located at 411 West Madison Street in Maywood, Illinois. Next, we have our Illinois Youth Investment Program. This is a multifaceted approach to youth employment that invests in the future of Illinois with those individuals who are most vulnerable or in transition. Really, this program is designed to eliminate any barriers to employment as they transition into securing long-term employment and self-sufficiency. The programs that are offered are career development training, where we actually work with them to develop a career path. We offer support services and transportation, uniforms, and childcare support too as well. And then it's 2 components to the program. The first component is category 1, which is for summer jobs, which is 13 weeks of employment. And then the second category is long-term employment, where we offer training and job placement for up to 9 months. The eligibility for these programs and individuals must be low-income, at-risk youth between the ages of 16 and 24 throughout Illinois, located at 411 West Madison Street in Maywood, Illinois, too, as well. And a couple things I'll say about this program is it really is designed to eliminate barriers to employment to the point that the state is investing in these youth by helping companies hire individuals and reimbursing those wages for the individuals that get placed, so long as the employer commits to hire them long term. So it's a really great program. And that really feeds into a program that Plcca just became a delegate agency for the WIOA grant, which is the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. We just found this out this week, which is going to be able to offer career training and job placement services to adults ages 25 and up. And so what that means is that allows for Plcca and our employment services team to offer a full service in terms of employment services. And then finally, I'll end with, we have our annual Plcca Career Fair coming up October 27th. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At the Proviso Lighton, the Proviso Baptist Church, located right near 5th and Madison. We have at least 12 employers that are going to be there. We're actually offering prep sessions this week. You can find more information on that online and throughout the community. So thank you so much for your time. Without further ado, I'm going to invite Ms. Andrews up from Behavioral Health Services.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart. Again, my name is Cheryl Andrews. I'm the Vice President of Behavioral Health Services and Corporate Compliance here at Plcca. And to my right here, I have our case manager supervisor, our clinical director of medication assisted treatment, Mr. Frank Lowe, and Ms. Leslie. And then we also have our case management for youth and youth navigator for violence prevention. And of course, our community advocate worker out in the community. These are in Mohammed Masori. These are our boots on the ground, as well as part of the team that services the individuals who are having struggles, either whether it's youth or the adults The behavioral health is a crucial part to the community because during the pandemic, as well as now, people are experiencing loss, they're experiencing grief, they're experiencing all kinds of challenges. During this time period, you have people who may go into seasonal depression because of the change in the weather. PLCCA provides those services. Let me go farther the slide because I'll get to talking. Right here. Yeah. Okay, the clinical services here is 180. 180 is for our individuals who are coming out of the criminal justice system. They are clients who we need to help reintegrate back into the community by providing them case management and or clinical services that require some mental health services as well. A supportive, comprehensive structure for greater family success, helping to reintegrate back into their family system and address those family systems that helps that person to prosper within the community as well. The reentry services is for assisting young adults ages 16 to 21 and adults ages 22 and older, recently released from incarceration as well. However, the individuals who are in this program are individuals who they can come from anywhere in those 26 municipalities, whereas the 180 is for the Proviso Township area exclusively. So that would include Broadview. Next, we have our Violence Prevention and Reduction Program, which this team is a part of, as we provide information to help prevent and reduce violence. And as we know, the violence epidemic is becoming a community pandemic in many communities, as well as a health and safety issue. Youth throughout the Proviso and Lyton Township and Chicago communities are offered services here. Our continuum services are provided through case management and clinical therapy, encompassing multiple psychosocial areas: emotional, physical, psychological exposure to neglect, bullying, and sexual abuse, dating, domestic violence, and substance misuse. Eligible clients or individuals, youth, and adults are 14 to 25 years of age, and that service is provided at our main office. One of the things that I didn't mention about the violence prevention program is that we are embarking on trying to spread this model, because the model is focused on the individual and the family and then ultimately the community. So that model is a model that looks at the holistic approach in servicing the clients that we service within our agency. And we have, as well as violence prevention we have 8 sub-recipients that those 8 sub-recipients can offer any type of additional services within that continuum of care, i.e. mentoring, after school activities where there's sports education. There are employment components to that, as well as activities within schools, outside of schools, that may be offered by the providers. We have 8 sub-recipients that provide these services. So PLCCA does the clinical aspect in helping the youth deal with the behaviors that got them involved in the criminal justice system. So we deal with the behavior, and then we work to identify whatever additional wraparound services that they may need within PLCCA or within our sub-recipients, which are there 8. Then we have our medication-assisted treatment program that Mr. Lowe is the clinical director, coming to our agency, new clinical director with us. And that program provides services to people who are experiencing substance use disorder combined with the comorbidity, so they can have co-occurring illnesses as well. Co-occurring illnesses mean they may have substance abuse as a primary, as well as having a mental illness. So they may be coming through that program, and then they can be referred to us. And you look around the community, you see people who need our services. So the good thing about what we're doing here tonight is to get that word out, that we're there to provide services anytime. We have an after-hours service number that you can contact. Contact us that number, and we can contact our main number and just put in extension 289. You can get the services that you need and your loved one, even if they call us after 5 o'clock. So we're here to reach out and make sure that those individuals who are looking for our services need those and receive those services. At the medication-assisted program, we also provide individual service, group counseling, harm reduction. A big component of that harm reduction is that we look at reducing, educating people throughout the communities on the various harm reduction techniques and topics, how to recognize an opiate overdose, how to save a life with naloxone and Narcan, Illinois' Good Samaritan law, how to prevent the spread of infectious disease. Everyone is eligible to that program. So when we say we actually are teaching people how to administer Narcan so that they can reverse an overdose, we are. We have all participated in doing that down at the medication assistant, most recently on the time when a person was on a bus and the bus driver came past the 308 location. And that bus stopped because they didn't know what was going on with that individual. But happened, they notified the security. We went out there and administered the Narcan to stop the reverse of that person ODing and on that bus because he was passing out. So we are hands-on with everything that we do at PLCCA Behavioral Health Division, and our scope of services is wide. And again, you can reach us after hours by calling 708-450-3500 and ask for whatever, whether it's supportive services and or any of the additional services that are needed that your loved one may need. And with that, I may pass it on to Ms. Harrell to talk about supportive services.
Thank you. If DeRoyal Hickson could join me, and Mr. Gordon, if you are here, and Mohammed Manzouri, come on up. PLCCA supportive services. When we talk about wraparound services, all of the supportive services, all of the programs that you heard about so far, that's all part to support our community members. I am Claudette Harrell. I am the Executive Vice President. Mr. Gordon is coming down now. Okay. Okay, so we have a program called Access to Justice. We nickname it A2J. I'm going to have DeRoyal Hickson come up and talk about Access to Justice. And then after that, the Eviction Prevention Program, he will speak on that as well. And if the other gentlemen would like to say anything, they can.
Hello, everyone. My name is DeRoyal Hickson. I work with PLCCA with the founder and president, Dr. Bishop Quad Porter. I'm a community navigator. And what we do is we seek to provide legal education and wraparound supportive service, as well as mitigate devastating consequences of incarceration and family separation within our targeted communities of Proviso, Lighton Township, and the Austin area as well. Actually, my office is in the Austin area on Division, right off of Division, and Killed there. What we do, we have services, which one of the services that we have, I will go through them and kind of explain it to you a little bit. We have the LIHEAP services through ComEd, NICOR Aid as well. So what that do is anyone who is delinquent in their heat, anything of that nature, you know what I mean? We have assistance to help us to get back on track due to, COVID kind of knocked our communities off balance a little bit. So this is what these programs are for. These programs are for those who have been affected by this COVID. I mean, whether it be financially, mentally, emotionally, because some of the jobs have been taken away, some of the wages have been taken away, kids out of school, so we don't have anyone to babysit and so forth. But these are the programs that we actually, as PLCCA, want to get through to everyone, that these are the programs that help us get back up on our feet. We also have a weatherization program. And the weatherization program is basically those who have not had their roof done in the last 5 to 7 years. And I'm talking about it actually seeping, where therefore the heating bill is higher. So we're trying to get that heating efficiency bill back down to the level of where we come from. We share an experience in our best practice between partners and organizations to increase this capacity. Like we have other individuals, companies and other individuals that we network with that we can we can refer you to. With the EPP, the Eviction Prevention Program, this is a program for those individuals who have homes, who have been in apartment buildings, who once again have been affected by COVID. You know what I mean? With the wages of our financial situation. This is the program that help us get back on our feet. This is the program that helps the delinquents of those individuals who are behind in their rent or in their mortgage. We have a program that also help, to protect the rights. That's one of the things that we do. We want everyone to know your rights. If you don't know your rights, how can you stand on your rights? So what we do is we do a know your right. We do a know your rights based on with the camera phones for the access to justice too. On the recording what's going on in our communities today. Because it's like if no one's standing there recording, it's like it's not heard of, it's not seen. So we want everyone, even the children, we want them to know their rights on recording individuals, to know your rights on evictions, the process on that it takes to evict the individual. Because we had a moratorium that was signed by the governor as well as the president but that time have came and gone. So now it's time to actually know your rights on the ways that you can get evicted, the ways that you can't get evicted, what you can do about getting evicted. Also, PLCCA, we have legal services to help you all guide through that process as well. If you want to get evicted, excuse me, if you're on the way of getting evicted and being homeless, we have programs as far as to help you get attorneys, I'm talking about, to talk to, for they can refer you to someone or they can take your case and understand what's really going on. But we have to know our rights in our community. We don't know our rights, we are community lost.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mohammed Mansouri. I've been working with PLCCA since last year. One of my job assignments is teaching GED classes. Currently, I have 34 students. Matter of 3 months, most of them passed 3 tests. And when I teach GED, I don't just teach them to get GED, I train them to be a tutor also. So if you have anybody that interested to get their GED, not only they receive, when they work hard, they get their GED, they will be able to teach GED. And my expectation is very high. Everybody in my classroom, they have to score over 90%. Usually they need 55% to pass. If they're in 70% category, they're not gonna take the test. I have a lot of them, they got 70, 80%. And I'm not agree with them to take the final test. It's gotta be 90% and over. So if anybody interested to get GED and interested to teach GED, but they must work hard to earn it. You could contact us at 708-450-3500 and just ask for me. Thank you.
Okay, great. Just ask for Mohammed. Okay. He's very serious, as you can see, about what he does. But, you know, you hear PLCCA talk about reentry. We believe in reentry and returning citizens, to have them be part of our team, to be our boots on the ground, to be community navigators, to be community advocates. We don't stand in judgment of any of our community members, right? If people have gone and served their time, we want to welcome them back. We want to help them get on the right path and get back on their footing. That's what we're here to do, to work in partnership with those individuals and not judge anyone that has served their time. So we thank you and everyone for coming up and sharing that. I'm going to, at this time, turn it over to Shavonna Cross, who's filling in for Myra Nino and Daisy Torres.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. As she mentioned, I am Shavonna Cross, and I will be speaking on behalf of Myra Nino and Daisy Torres, who are the team for our Light Heap program. Light Heap is our low-income home energy assistance program. We provide direct payment, DVP, which is for reconnection assistance, cash assistance, percentage of income payment plan. We have fuel funds, which is share the run, ComEd hardship, energy assistance, weatherization, utility bill relief, City of Chicago only for the utility bill, energy assistant kits, and NICOR aid. Eligibility for our Light Heap program is all of Cook County households that do not exceed the 200% of poverty level. We have our location, our main location at 411 West Madison, and we also work out of Town of Cicero Community Center, New Hope Baptist Church, which is our PLCCA West in Chicago, Pleasant Ridge Baptist Church was our PLCCA West in Chicago, and Proviso Township in Hillside. For our emergency assistance outreach through the Salvation Army, we provide emergency assistance to residents in Countryside, Hinsdale, Hostins, LaGrange Highlands, Western Springs, Willow Springs. This is a goal to provide support service assistance to people during a crisis. Services that is offered is clothing, housing, furniture, healthcare, medical costs, lodging, rent, and mortgage, transportation, utility, coat vouchers, and food. Must be in a economic or personal crisis, so in low loss of income, medical emergency, death in the family. Assistance must make a difference in a client's situation. You can receive these services at our 411 West Madison location. We are raising awareness for our PLCCA programs through our outreach. We are contracted through Cook County Health Systems, which means we represent Cook County Health and Cook County Care at events for community outreach. Services offered, we provide participants with information on the county care plan and services offered through Cook County Health. Here's some good news. Cook County Health is hiring. You do get paid $100 per event. If you're interested, you can email Myra Nino at mnino@plcca.org. I'm going to pass it over to Ms. Josephine Ramirez, who's our affordable housing manager.
Thank you, Ms. Cross. Good evening, everyone. As Ms. Cross mentioned, I am the affordable housing manager in this horrible time. Unfortunately, people are in need of homes. We do have a waiting list. We do have 4 properties affiliated with PLCCA. The first one here is the Goodell Place Apartments. It's not showing, I'm seeing it here. Okay, there it is. It has 22 units. There are 3 one-bedroom apartments. The others are 2-bedroom apartments. There is an elevator in the building. There's a community room, and there is a laundry room on the first floor. The parking is on the street, which everyone has to have a permit in order to be able not to get a ticket. The second one is St. Charles Apartments at 1705-1711 St. Charles Road. It's a 24-unit apartment complex. There are all 2-bedroom apartments. On the 17th Avenue Crossroad and St. Charles, there is a ramp at the back of the parking lot, accessible for handicap needs. We have the first 2 first-floor apartments that are very accessible to that ramp if you have someone in a wheelchair. And there are 22 parking spaces. Parking permits are handed out. They are included with the lease so that the cars do not get towed. The second building is Lexington Manor at 1832 through 1838 South Fifth Avenue. That is a 24-unit building. It has 3 bedroom apartments. It has about 4 one-bedroom apartments, and the other ones are 2 bedrooms. The laundry room is on site. It is on the exterior. You have to walk down through the back door, back stairwell. There are parking is off of the street. And the last one is at 2127 South 9th Avenue. That is a 2-story apartment building, 2 large bedrooms. It has a side drive. It has a large living room, dining room, kitchen area. The laundry room is in the basement. It's a finished basement, unused, with 2 locker room spaces. And PLCCA is also assisting the residents that are affiliated with PLCCA and Northern Suburb residents with the COVID-19 Emergency Rental Assistance Program. The program is accessible online. If you have problems getting online, you can call me. There's flyers on the chairs and flyers in the back at 708-450-1639, which is my direct line. We can schedule an appointment, advise what you need to bring in so that we begin the process on your behalf in order to assist you. The program is open until October 29th. It does take 60 to 90 days for them to review the application. They not only reach out to the tenants to confirm things, they reach out to the landlord to request documents. The landlord can also begin the application process on your behalf. So if you have any questions, my number is on the flyer, 708-450-1639. I look forward to hearing from you.
Okay, at this time, Ms. Shavonna Cross, if you will come up, and Ms. Beverly Smith, Mrs. Beverly Smith. There is one left, Linwood Terrace at 2491 Terrace Avenue in Linwood, Illinois. And PLCCA is also built from 9th, Maywood Drive, 9th to 17th. We built 23 homes for affordable housing some years back. So you can see we're really in that housing and affordable market space. Okay, switch over. While they're doing that, this is a part where we want to get the community involved and hear what you, let's talk about it. Want to hear what your thoughts are, how we can better serve you, some ideas that you may have. So we want to use the remainder of the time focusing on that. Ms. Smith is going to go through the community needs survey that was sent out by Mayor Thompson's office here. And then we'll ask you some questions, or if you have any questions, just to get some conversation going with the audience here.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank Mayor Katrina Thompson for having us this evening, and the residents of Broadview for joining us this evening in person and virtually. My name, as it says, Beverly Smith. I'm the Executive Vice President of Finance and Administration, Executive VP of Finance Administration at PLCCA. So we have a community needs assessment that we have created in order to gather information that is essential to determine what the needs are of the community. The community needs assessment seeks to gather information representative of the community of Broadview. It allows for your voices to be heard, which is important as every Broadview resident are key stakeholders in the process. The assessment helps identify changes in living, working patterns, new challenges, and new opportunities within the Broadview community. The assessment will help your leaders and social service agencies such as PLCCA determine the true needs of the community. We at PLCCA want to continue pursuing funding opportunities and strong partnerships such as the one that we have with Broadview that align with the community needs. This can be accomplished with your help. If you have not already completed the survey, we ask that you take a few moments to do so. The survey was sent out by Broadview, the Village of Broadview, and it will be resent. I just want to go through quickly. So the survey will not take long. It has an informational page, and then if you press next, it'll take you, and it will also give you an overview of all of our programs, our divisions, and you just need to check which programs that you feel is of value to you and your family. It has each one of our divisions of everyone who was up here today explaining what we do, supportive services, and then it will go into information that your gender, and this information is critically important because when we're writing for grant opportunities, they're asking us to share with them specific demographics, statistics, and so we have to have this information in order to continue the funding that we have and to expand new opportunities of funding. So it's very important that this information is picked up. It will only take you about 8 minutes to fill out the survey, if that long. It asks for high school education information. Funding sources are really specific, and they want to know what is the education of the community. It's an anonymous survey, so assessment, so none of your name and information, you're just giving your city, zip code. Income is another important one. They give funding based on income and then household. If you go to one of the things, oh, this isn't in this one. So what we do is we end up with a demographic information. It's really, really important. So we're asking that you please complete the community needs assessment. I'm very excited about this town hall meeting because it is going to be the model as we move forward through all of our 26 municipalities. So I'm really excited about this, and we had about 32 as of today, assessments completed, which is great since it went out on Friday. So really excited. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Ms. Harrell, take it from here. Thank you.
Testing. Okay. Hi, good evening. I'd like to ask you if you would mind standing up for me. Okay. Thank you again for being here this evening. From what you've heard regarding the programs that PLCCA offers, and with there being a mental health crisis and an opioid crisis today throughout the country, what is important to you as a Broadview citizen, resident, that you feel we need to pay attention to in your own words?
For me personally, I see a lot of people losing their homes. So I think there should be more outreach services, letting people know how they can try to stay in their homes, especially us as like African Americans. We're losing our homes at a rapid pace, and it's very sad to see because we see everybody else coming in, buying the houses, and it's like we're getting pushed out. And so we just have some type of services that people can go to where they can see how they are able to stay in their house, maybe better themselves as far as like education, so they can get a better job and be able to pay for their mortgage. And as far as the opiate, and African community, that's always been a problem. It's just a problem now because it's reaching other communities. But for our communities, it's torn our communities apart since the 70s, when everything was introduced to us. But now it's a problem because it's reaching outside of our communities. And a lot of people get caught up in drugs and things like that because of things that have been done to them in the past. And we just need, to me, more churches to get more involved. Some of our churches are just buildings, and that's it. They're not out there in the community reaching out. And like you said, people who have problems. We all have problems. We just might not turn to drugs, or we turn to something else. But we have a lot of people hurting, and we can't just ignore people because we feel that, oh, that's not my problem, that's not my business. It's everybody's business because the community, we're all a village, and we all need to help each other out. So I just think that there just needs to continue to be more outreach for people who are, suffering drugs. And like I said, there's a lot of other mental issues out there also, not just drugs. We just kind of focus on that one because it's visible. But there are a lot of other things that people are struggling with also. So I'm glad to see that you all do offer those behavioral services. And people need to understand that it's okay to reach out for help, because we all need somebody that we could talk to. We may not have anybody in our family that we could talk to, and it might be your services, and I might feel comfortable talking to you about certain things that I don't feel comfortable talking to anybody else about. So if people feel that they have someone that they can, a place that they can go to talk to somebody and try to get help, that can help stop some of the epidemic going on also. Excellent. Thank you. Let's give her a round of applause for being brave to stand up and answer those questions. I'd like to come over to this side of the room and ask for another community member to just wave your hand that you're willing to talk about what you feel is needed in your Broadview community that PLCCA can focus on.
Good evening, everyone. Well, I've been in Broadview now for like 22 years, and I've really noticed a change, but I think coming here this evening and looking at all that PLCCA offers is something that we really need to spread. I was just telling the mayor that I would like to get a lot of these pamphlets and take it to my church because a lot of people don't know what's available. You know, a lot of people have a lot of pride and they don't like to let people know what's going on. But I think if it's handed out to maybe your church or someone like that that can get this out, it's really needed. And especially mental illness. I always tell my kids, a closed mouth never gets fed. And if you don't open up and share and let someone know what's going on, you're never going to receive. So it takes a whole village to raise a child or to help one another. And we just have to work together and, check on your neighbor and let them know what's going on with PLCCA. So they may have someone else that may be in need. So that's it.
Thank you so much for that. Really, really good stuff. We are going to send you out with those flyers, and if you need more, we'll get them to you so that you can share that with your church congregation. That's so important, so thank you for bringing that up to us. Anyone else who'd like to just make any comment? Okay, good, thank you, because I'll pick on people if they don't. You can stand up.
Well, my concern is that we're living in a society and in a community where we are so easily offended. And we really need to come together as a community so that we can show more love towards each other. Sometimes, I remember years ago, everyone knew, basically everyone in their community. If your child was doing something wrong, you would get after that child and you would give that person who gives you that news a pass, not just take to offense and say, well, my child is this or that. Because we know that as an educator that I am, I know that with my children, I had to learn that it's not always the teacher or the adult that's trying to give you information to help you and your family to grow strong. And my second concern is our young men. They need us desperately. So many things that they are going through, and we're so easily say, well, get a job, do this and that. You need to act up. But we as parents have to really look at ourselves and the things that maybe we have done wrong over the years, because we all have made mistakes in this world. So we really need to soul search ourselves so that we can be able to really help our young men, especially because they really need and they're crying out for our help. And I thank you so much for this opportunity and the things that you guys are going to do for our community.
Thank you, ma'am, so much. Very much. And as she said, our young men and our men, period, really need our help. So our number again at PLCCA is 708-450-3500. And then we also, if you did not provide your email address, we do send a newsletter through Constant Contact every Thursday morning. If you would see Ms. Cross at the back before you leave and provide that. If you get it and you don't like it, you can always opt out. But that is the way of the world that we live in now of communicating. So if you can help us, we would love that. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You all have some excellent programs, but do you go to the places where, like library? I see the library. I see homeless people in the library. Have you thought about going to the schools, because children go to school? They may not know you can pass out your flyers there so they can take it home to their parents. And even the homeless shelter that may be in, I know there's a PADS, and those people might, I'm not gonna say those people, but your services may be able to, you have such excellent services, go directly to the source where the people are. So they can take advantage, because I know I may know somebody, but I may not know, but I see people, I pass homeless people on the street within our community. They may need your services, but they may not, your people may be trying to approach them, whereas I may not be, where the services can be presented, go right to the source where they're needed, because you have some excellent services. And if you would go directly to the source so they can be, they can be utilized.
Connect. Thank you so much for that. That is so important, and we're trying to do a better job of that by having, where we, in the last year, being able to hire community navigators and community advocates. Those are the boots on the ground that go out every day. They come in, check in, and then they go out and engage community, like you're saying at the libraries, or just people in general walking up to on the street and saying, okay, this is what we have. Can you give us a couple minutes? So that's very important, and we're trying to do a better job. And let me say this, we will continue and make sure we're doing a good job. And thank you for bringing that to our attention. Okay, at Mayor Thompson, there she is. We're going to have her say final remarks. Thank you all so much for being out here. On behalf of Bishop Porter, PLCCA family, we just greatly appreciate you and giving us this opportunity to speak with you this evening. Thank you.
So again, I would like to thank Bishop Porter and Chairman Quasi and the PLCCA team for showing up for Broadview this evening. It means a lot to us in the community. And when we share our resources, we can do more. And so that's what this is really about, is us doing more. And just listening to you say how many programs, I mean, they've always had these programs for like over 40 years. But if the leaders don't step up and say where the resources are, the community don't know where to go get them. So that's why I was happy to partner with PLCCA to let people know where the resources are, because when you talk about homeless, you're absolutely correct. We may not know how to interact with that person that's on the street, but they have the team that can do so. Or when we talk about people that have a lack of resources for food, they have the resources to put them in the right position. They have housing programs, especially during this pandemic. And you were speaking or alluding to the services as it relates to rental assistance and mortgage assistance, because people are losing their homes and they don't know what to do. But one thing that I found out in Broadview is people are very private here, so they don't want people to really know their circumstances. They will call me and ask for the resource, and then I'll pass them on where they can get the resource to save their home. That's important to me, and I could just share this personal. Even before I became the mayor, my back was up against the wall with foreclosure on my own house. So I know what that feel like. And I know what it means to get somebody help to save their house. When you work a job every day and then you lose an income and you don't know how you're going to make it to stay, it's challenging. And people don't want people in their business, but we have to not be in your business, but we got to get in the business to help you. And so that's really what my leadership is all about, is helping my residents get to the resource. That's why I work so hard to make sure that we have all the resources that we have access to, whether it's at the county level or at the state level or the federal level. Those that's on our email blast, I know you probably get tired of us sending out all these emails, but it's so much resource out here. When we talk about home improvements, a lot of people don't know this, but IDA is the Illinois Housing. They provide many grants to help those that need some help getting their homes repaired, like a roof or some light plumbing. But they offer that our seniors, if you don't have access to a handyman and you come across something that you need some assistance, the township is here to help us. Our tax dollars actually pay for that services. So why wouldn't we want to tap into that? So anything that you need as it relates to the Village of Broadview, you can always call my office, 708-681-3600. We will connect you to the resource that's best applicable to your situation. We are passionate to make sure that people have just access to a roof over their head, food on the table, and they can pay their utilities. And there's so many resources out here now that people should not be able to take advantage of that. And before I let you go, I want to introduce Otis Monroe. And no, he said no, but I know that he's done some work with PLCCA, and I don't know if he's continuing on. I know they're probably doing some okay. So even with Otis Monroe, Otis Monroe Foundation, even with that, those that want to become home buyers, first-time home buyers, he has this program that can help you achieve that goal. You know, maybe your credit is not up to par. You got to do a little bit of work and stuff like that to become a homeowner. But his foundation actually put people in homes. His foundation also have second chance. Those that have a discretionary background but want to get some expungement done to, just so that they can have an opportunity. I'm a mayor that believes in second chances. And I just got to tell you all, I'm a mayor that believes in second chances. Everybody that served their time in the penal system deserve an opportunity once they serve their time. And so When it comes to second chances, I'm a champion behind that. I will continue to work with the Otis Monroe Foundation on that and with PLCCA, because those are the things that we need to be focusing on, is getting those people back into our society that want to do the right thing because they made bad decisions in the past. We can't continue to hold them accountable to that because they served their time. So with that being said, I'm getting ready for a 7:30 board meeting. Those that would like to stay, you're more than welcome to stay. We're going to be swearing in our new police chief this evening at 7:30. We are going to stream. It's going to get pretty crowded in here. So if you can watch it online, please do so. If you want to come, it's first come, first serve. And the front is reserved for the Chiefs family. So thank you all for participating, and we look forward to getting those surveys. I had one question about the survey, because some seniors are not on the email to do the survey. Do you have a paper copy where we can send it out and they can send it back to us and we can get it to it? Okay.
That was something we discussed today. And also PLCCA's website is plcca.org for them to also get information and phone numbers and contact. You'll have that tomorrow.
Okay, so if I can get that for the seniors and we can send that out to our senior base that don't do email, we'll get that out and then we'll have them just bring it back here and we'll get it. But we need to know, what's the deadline for the survey?
Next Friday is the deadline. Does someone have that date? 29th, October 29th. And that's also the end for rental assistance. So anyone who needs that, call 450-3500. Let's get that paperwork going for you because it ends October 29th.
Okay, so October 29th is the deadline for the survey. If you have not taken the survey, please do so as quickly as possible, because the more information that they have, the better resources we have access to. And sometimes we need that for funding. We are a municipality. We don't provide certain funding or opportunities, but we believe in partnerships and collaborations with this partnership with PLCCA. So we're going to do our very best to get the numbers that you all need so that you can continue to serve Broadview. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mayor.